there's also, and I remember talking about this, I wasn't telling you Easter jokes. By the time Heather showed up, 9 in the morning, Heather had banker hours. I was there at like 4 in the morning, getting Vaseline on my butt. And Heather walks in at like 9, with her little fan. And so I was already in a bad mood. I would practice all the Teamster jokes I heard all morning over bagels. And she didn't like that. I mean, she was trying to learn Russian for a test at Stanford. But I remember keeping it on. I said, Beauty and the Beast, Beauty and the Beast. And every once in a while, and sometimes I would play it, and sometimes I'd be in a scene where I literally had a couple of elements and I had to keep my eye on the light and my blade, flashing or something like that. But I would see Heather do it too. And for just a second, Nancy would, I don't want to say sexual energy, but we would lock eyes in an ambiguous enough way. Like, who is this manifestation from her subconscious? What does it mean to her as a woman, as a teenager turning into a woman? Just for a second, it wasn't like they were going to go on a date, but it would be like, there was that Beauty and Beast element a little bit, which we wanted to get in there.
All right, we're going to have to start wrapping things up, but
the ultimate question, are we going to raffle that off? I'd like a massage.
I got a question. Hello. When you guys got casted for Nightmare, were you familiar at all with Wes Craven's sort of work, and if so, were you concerned about working with a man who was responsible for films like Last House on the Left?
Yeah. No, not at all. I got on the set the very first day, and I asked one of the assistants, I said, who's the director? And he pointed me to Wes, and I said hello, and I told him I liked the script a lot. I was very, the idea of green light and stuff like that meant something very much to me, and that's where we began.
I used to hang out at a great bar in Hollywood on the break. It was a New Wave bar. Remember the New Wave? They did this time. But they had really good bands in this place. Some of them made it big. I mean, I think there was even a couple of early Chili Peppers hanging out. And they had 2 old televisions over the bar. One had a continuous loop from Eraserhead, the David Lynch film. And the other TV had a continuous loop from Last House on the Left. And so I was fascinated, especially after 2 or 3 Bushnells. I was fascinated, waiting for the band to go on. I was fascinated by this. And so my thing was, I was thinking of Wes as a kind of David Lynch, dark artist at that time. And when I went on the interview, you guys know I love to talk. I'm a motor mom. I went on the interview and I kept my trap shut, and let Wes do all the talking. And Wes, will attest to it. He's a wonderful raconteur, and he tells you, he really can explain what he wants and needs, but he also told the backstory of Freddie to me and his ideas he had for blending reality and the dream and reality and illusion. And I just, instead of sitting like a kid, listening to the old storytelling, I kind of played staring games with Wes, and that maybe helped me get the role. But yeah, I thought of Wes as kind of a David Lynch. What did you think?
I didn't know him from Adam, and I just, at least he's like a really nice person. Because, when you're doing a movie like that, you have to trust the director so much, and that's what I felt he was, very trustworthy, and he wasn't, he had no ego. I couldn't sense in a way, in terms of, he just was a very good person to get along with me, but I had never met him.
I haven't heard him either, although I think my Ethan said that she thought that he was an up and coming, this great ideas that I had.
And he is saddled with that name, Wes Craven. He's Craven. And then you meet him, and he's like, this tall drink of water, with his impeccable Oxford shoes on, and his Ralph Lauren, his pinwheel cords. He's like, he's a dashing guy, handsome guy, very erudite. And in contrast, to what you want, but as Heather will attest, and she's suffered this more than anybody, there is a 14-year-old boy alive and well in Wes Craven. I guess this is the last. Now we'll have the last question. I think this gentleman's getting nervous, and I don't want to originally, there was a hint of pedophilia, but as I just told somebody this at the sign table, we had a horrible scandal in LA at this time called the McMartin case. It's been made into a phenomenal cable movie on HBO with James Woods. And what really happened was a bipolar mother freaked out, went off her meds, and made up the story about her son being molested because she had been neglecting her son when she went off her meds. And she blamed the daycare center. They wound up arresting 15 grandmothers who'd been working there since the 1940s and putting them in jail for pedophilia. And this was this huge scandal while we were all shooting the movie. And Wes obviously downplayed any hint of that. And he made Frank's crimes more of a symbolic nature. Child killer. It's very symbolic. Freddy kills children. What are children? Children of the future. Freddy's killing the future. Freddy's killing innocence. That's it.